right into this last game, and this is a quality win. Beating Northern Arizona was a quality win for us, and really made a statement that we belong. And so we've got to start over tomorrow with a great week of prep and flush it, and you pat yourself on the back for a couple days, and then you got to move forward and get back to work and understand that you're only as good as your next performance, and we plan on getting better. We got better again this week. We get better every single week, and we plan on playing better football this week.
Connor, you probably knew going into it, without Crash, the game would be maybe not as high scoring as the ones previous. You probably knew that defensively you guys had to show up. So how good did it feel to have the performance that you guys did?
It felt good. Makes it easy with the scheme that we're put in and everyone doing their job, and make plays when they come at you. When they attack you, you got to make the play, and our whole team did that, so it felt good.
Coach, with just 3 plays for Caleb Hill right there off the bat and then went to McKenna, did you have an inclination coming into the game that you would be going to McKenna at some point, and what was it that you saw in that first series where you said, no, we got to make a change right now?
It was the third series was a plan. We're going to go 2 series, and then McKenna was going to go in the third, and just see how it went, and kind of go with a hot hand. And McKenna's been in the fire before, so you have that in the back of your mind. Just didn't like how the series went, and we wanted to take charge and run the scheme, and I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable, and I talked to Coach Sell, and he agreed we're going to go early with McKenna, and McKenna has a lot of leadership ability. He's been here a long time. Guys appreciate what he's all about. We knew that putting McKenna on the field, not saying anything negative about Caleb. Caleb's only been here a short while. Putting him on the field, and Connor maybe can back this up, that you put him on the field, everybody was gonna rally and play harder. So we knew offensively they were going to do that. We knew defensively they were going to do that because of how they feel about him. So you just got to try to win the ball game. We weren't trying to hurt Caleb in any way as far as confidence or anything like that. We're just trying to win a ball game, and the gut feeling was let's go with McKenna and let's ride him, and it worked out.
Jerry, in a game like that where points are scarce, how much do you, especially on special teams, put on yourself knowing that you can try and make a play and change the game?
Well, besides my play, Purdy hitting the field goal, that was huge and crucial, and the blocked field goal with the 1 point that made NAU go for 2. Besides my own play, like the special teams in itself played a huge role in it, and I think that was the difference maker in the game, and how Coach Stitt and our coaches preach, discipline and undisciplined, and that was a huge difference between the two. Is we were a disciplined team and undisciplined team, and it just we came out with the big win, and it feels good.
Connor, take us on the field when the targeting play happened with Case Cook. How surprised were you at the time when they were going to review it? What do you remember most? Obviously a unique situation, but just kind of take us on the field during that moment.
Well, you never know with the refs, so I didn't really know what they were thinking. It looked like it was targeting. From what I've seen after the game, I didn't see it live. Kind of stood over James, which I think got the refs' attention. Took them 5 minutes to review it, and long 5 minutes for him, I bet. But it was a huge play. We got this short end last week with 2 different calls, and then they get their 1 call.
When during that review, you and Case seemed to be having a very nice, cordial conversation. What was the content of that discussion?
I just asked him if he, hit him in the head. I asked who his backup was, and that was it.
When that actually happened, though, when you find out, okay, Case is done for the day, that's a big play. Like, that changes the paradigm of that football game, did that give the defense, do you think, like another extra level, or is that what was the response to that, do you feel?
Well, he's one of the best top 3 quarterbacks in the conference and probably the nation. He's a good player. It gives us a little more confidence knowing that a guy comes in and into our stadium with our fans with not a lot of experience. So it kind of gave us a little extra boost.
What has the targeting call done for you as a defender? Like, how much is it in your head, knowing that you can't go high now, and because guys are getting ejected all over the place?
Yeah, you think about it, but also you don't want to slow down. But you have to be smart. You have to know where to hit him, when to hit him, and what to hit him with.
Coach, you said that you like the targeting role, just to get away from guys hitting on the head. Is there anything that could change maybe about the rule that you think would make it better, or do you think it's good how it is?
Well, because of the rule, the kids are thinking about it, and we have a great game. And we don't want it to go away, so it can't keep going the same way it is. We have to make it safer, and it's going to have to change a little bit. And I know the old school people, don't like it at all, but in these times and all the lawsuits and all these types of things with brain injuries, we've got to try to make it safer, and we can't use our helmets and our heads and our helmets as a weapon, and I don't want any of my players using their heads as a weapon. I don't want to ever have to go through anything where one of our guys gets injured. So I think the rule's good. You just have to be smart about it, like Connor said, and we just can't lose guys because of a targeting penalty.
Coach,
did you feel there was a key moment, a turning point in the second half that really propelled you guys to taking the upper hand? Did you feel there was one certain play or something when you watched film you went back and said that was a key moment in the game?
I really felt like the game was in control, and it was upsetting that we didn't get the field goal try in the second quarter, that we fumbled the ball. I thought we were going to take the lead going in, and everybody's so focused. Coach Seymour made the statement, I think it was yesterday, that he didn't even realize at halftime that we were behind. It never really felt like that, and so just the whole game, I just knew we were in control, and you feel that way when your defense is playing the way that they are, and we knew we were going to score and take the lead at some point. So I don't look back on any one play where I thought, man, this is it. I just always thought we were going to win.
Coach, the way that game unfolded, it became kind of a slugfest, a defensive battle, and your team showed a lot of grit, I thought, on Saturday. That said, with the still, I guess, question mark at the quarterback position going forward, what do you need to do offensively to be able to now, go against teams who are going to come in full strength or with, their offense is fully intact?
Well, I think it's a plus for us to be able to have two different styles of offense, and prove to us that we can go in and just run the ball at people, and especially with a weapon like McKenna now, that you can use him in the open field, not just a plus 10 type thing, and we've had these plays in all year, and you're just a little bit cautious about it when you got Reese and Gresh in there to run too much of the quarterback run stuff. But with McKenna at 235 pounds, I think it's a weapon, and I think it's difficult for a defensive coordinator to be able to prepare for both, and it takes a long time.
And will he be your starter on Saturday, or is that still
I haven't even talked to any of
mark?
the trainers yet, as far as excuse me, Gresh is nobody's given me the green light yet with him, and we're going to plan to have Gresh, and we're going to plan to be able to use McKenna also, and we need to come out and really move the ball and score some points, and pick up where we left off defensively too. We expect that every week out of our guys, regardless of who the quarterback is. We don't want them to look at and go, okay, Gresh is in there, so we're going to score 40 points. We still want them to shut them out. It's been, they've had a lot of quarters, only giving up, I think, one touchdown in the past 6 quarters. which is pretty darn good.
What are your initial thoughts on Northern Colorado? Maybe more importantly, avoiding that classic trap game, whatever games before the Bobcats teams. Want to make sure you don't look ahead, and I guess with what happened last year, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, number one, I've been looking ahead since November, of last year, for that one next week. So that's never out of our mind, and we talk about it every single day, and so we can't look, we can't, we're not going to get trapped into that because we talk about it every single day, and you can ask these guys. I remind them every day when that game is. We have a little bit of payback, for this game from last year, and last week we got some, and we plan to get it, this week with this team, and this was a game that was very difficult to go through, and our players went through a lot of disappointment in this game, and we're going to play great football Saturday because our team loves playing the game of football, and they love doing it together, so it doesn't matter who's going to be the opponent this week. We're going to play our tails off, and whoever we play is going to know they've been in the game when it's done, and then we'll get to that one next week because we're really looking forward to that also. But Northern Colorado's a good team, and they made some mistakes last week. They had the lead, in the third quarter in Sac State, and they've had a chance to win some games. They're a little snake bit, as far as winning on the scoreboard, but they played good. Offensively, they've got a very good quarterback. He's their backup, but man, he can throw it. The running back's very good. Their receivers are quality receivers. Big Sky quality receivers are fast, and one of the receivers, the Diggs kid, is a great return man too. He can do some stuff on the returns, and defensively they've gotten away from the 3 down front that they were in last year against us and early this year, and have primarily the last few weeks been in a 4-3, and so you never know what they're going to show up in, and we're ready to go against either front regardless, but they're a good team. And Ernest does a good job with those guys, and we got to be ready, and our guys are not going to give up a Saturday and not give it everything they got. We put too much into this thing since January of last year to not play our best football, in the 10th week of the season.
You mentioned that they've shifted from that 3-4 to that 4-3, but they're really versatile in what they do defensively a lot as well. How do you prepare for that, knowing that first of all, what you see might change throughout the game, and that they could throw anything at you on that side?
Well, you're ready. You're ready for that because you get it all the time. Each week, and a lot of the teams that we've played against jump in to a three-man, a 4-man look, and I think Northern Colorado was struggling a little bit against the run in their 3-man line, and they've done a pretty darn good job of keeping people. Southern Utah, they kept their points down, and they've been better against the run since they went to the 4 down line, and it's a little bit more difficult when you got a 4 down to have a lot of movement and a lot of different things, but we're ready for it. Our guys, we've seen everything. We prepare against everything. How we train our quarterbacks, it doesn't take us very long to pinpoint where we need to go with the ball.
Jerry, Coach talked about getting the payback win against NAU, and you're playing Northern Colorado in the same time of the season, same exact situation as last year. How much is that last year's game, on your mind when you head into Saturday?
Well, obviously, I think the whole team, everybody thinks about what happened last year, how the season ended, and I think we're gonna go into this game like any other game, full speed, and we're not gonna overlook them. So we're gonna go into it, our best and prepare, and we're gonna play with a little chip on our shoulder. We know what happened last year, so we're ready. We're ready to go.
Connor, going back to this past Saturday, I thought other than Jerry's kick return, maybe the second biggest play of the game was your hit that caused the fumble, which then turned into the only offensive touchdown of the day. Can you talk about, first of all, that play and just the momentum? You know, we know this is a ball hawking defense, if that's what you guys are about, get that thing back. To be able to do that and have that springboard into points, like what does that do for, you know, for the defense both in that game, but also maybe going forward when you've seen it happen that way?
Yeah, we knew they like to throw the ball to their running backs. They have good hands, good space, and so you know they saw him come through the line. Got good pressure on the quarterback with the D-line. Coach Seymour always harps on getting the ball out, and you know we kind of lacked on that aspect recently. So finally got one out, and hopefully it turns into 3 or 4 more next week.
Connor, what does it mean to you to get Big Sky Player of the Week? Usually, you know, obviously when a team wins is when that player is going to get recognized. But just for you and just this season, what does that mean for you to get that?
The win's a lot bigger than the award. My mom's probably more excited than I am about it, but you know, it just shows how good team defense. You know, Jesse Sims, David Shaw in front of me makes a lot of things pretty easy.
Jerry, it looked like on Saturday the offense was designed to get the ball into your hands as much as possible, both running the ball like straight handoffs, which we haven't seen a whole lot of, and then also passing down the field. Do you care how you get the ball, whether it's bubble screens down the field or just, you know, behind the line? Did you enjoy that aspect of playing offense almost as a halftime running back on Saturday?
You know, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win the game, and I think we all are. And you know, we believe in our coaches, and we believe in the game plan, and it kind of just unfolded how it unfolded. So we were just working with what we got, and you know, we were just doing what we could do.
Jerry, at what point in a punt return do you know that that you're gonna probably score? Like, is it after like the first wave, like the second? Like when do you know, like, all right, I'm scoring on this?
Usually when I get in the end zone, I'm pretty certain of that. No, but I'm usually I'm in the end zone. I kind of look back too to hope there's no flags, but you know, there's really never a time I'm pretty certain. But it was awesome to get one this last game, and hoping to keep it going. It was awesome.
Anybody else?
Any other injury updates for?
We're pretty clean, you know, and I feel good about that we're going into the 10th week, and we're going to have everybody other than the season-ending guys, just a couple of those, and so Coach Nicholson's done a great job with our guys of training them and keeping them healthy, and our kids have done a great job of taking care of their bodies. But going into the 10th week, we are really, really healthy.
And that includes Jeremy too?
Yeah, he's good to go.
Okay.
You know.
Anybody else? Thanks, everybody.